It's a pleasure to have you here. You know, even if I wasn't somehow involved in this story, I would be fascinated by it. Don't you think?
Yes, yes. It's a fascinating story, the whole thing.
How have things gone for you over there? How has it been kind of more of an adjustment than you thought it might be? You were primarily a writer, I guess, before this.
Yes, I had done some performing, but there are a lot of things, as you know, to get used to. It's a very complicated job.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't understand this when I took the job, but there's someone called a stage manager on these shows.
I'm sorry, what do you say, Conan?
A stage manager.
Oh.
Yes. You should write this down, Dave. You see, Dave, TV's a very complicated thing. I'll talk to you after the show. Anyway, there are these stage managers. I didn't know this was part of the deal. Their job is to give you these signals, like 2 minutes left, 1 minute, 30 seconds
They keep
left.
you posted.
They keep you posted.
They're your connection to the control room.
That's right, exactly. And you get some strange ones. I mean, about 3 weeks ago on the show, I'm doing an interview. It seems to be going well. And they hold up a card that says, "Wipe your chin." And I felt like Ronald Reagan or something. It was very, I mean, I remember thinking, is this part of the deal, you know? I felt like a complete idiot. And of course, everyone in the whole studio knew that I was drooling. I didn't know. They hold up a card and the whole audience can see it. "Wipe your chin, idiot." And
They said, "Wipe your chin, idiot."
they added an idiot.
Oh my God.
We had a supermodel. We had a supermodel on the show, beautiful woman.
Which one?
I don't know, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
It was a one-night stand. I don't know.
Hey,
And,
hello. Look out.
And no, but she came out wearing a slip that was just barely. She was barely wearing this slip. And the interview is about 3 minutes into the interview. I'm in the moment. I'm talking to her. We're having a good conversation when they wave a card that says, "Her breast is showing."
Whoa!
And it occurred to me, why are you showing me this card? What can I do about this?
Yeah.
If I try and correct the problem, I will be sued.
That's right.
And they want me to leave.
One false move and you're in handcuffs.
I was more than happy to try, but it's very. The other thing I've noticed, you don't have this problem anymore. You may never have had this problem, but when you do a 12:30 show, I've noticed that when people compliment you on an episode, they also feel obligated to tell you why they were up that late. And it's very funny. And, I mean, people come up to me and say, "You know, I saw you with Lisa Gibbons. You were really, it was a great interview. I really liked it. Someone pulled a fire alarm in our building." And so, you know, I was coming back into the house, the TV was on, or someone will say, I saw you with Rich Hall. It was a very funny segment. I burned my hand about 2 days ago, and I have an ointment or a balm that I have to apply every
few hours.
Every few hours, and so I was applying the balm. The TV happened to be on, and it was not a bad show at all.
I think people are under the impression that you came from nowhere to suddenly be hosting a network television program. But you had performing experience before.
I had performing
this,
experience. I had done a lot of improvisation. I had worked with the Groundlings Theater. I had done quite a bit of work on Saturday Night Live, and I also had been doing so well in my performing career, Dave, that I actually was in the pilot of a very successful NBC sitcom. And for some reason, I'm not really sure why, they cut me after the pilot was done. And the show
so you were only in the pilot?
I was only in the pilot, and the show went on to become quite successful. I'm a little bitter about it, but it's not a big deal.
I think we have a clip of that. We're going to show it if you don't mind.
You have a clip of it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Al, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll it.
Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed. Fire up your pen and pencil, I'll give you a piece of my mind. In my opinion, baby, the sun is gonna surely shine.
Well, I think it all worked out for the best.
I think so.
When is it, Paul? Have we done the Academy Awards yet?
No, it's a week from Monday.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm having them again every night for the last 2 or 3 months. I have these nightmares. I gotta host the Academy Awards, and I wait. Oh yeah, it'll be great. And it's getting to me. It's under my skin. It's making me a little hinky. You know what I'm saying? You know, hinky. You know what I'm talking about? A little.
Like that.
And I keep having these dreams, recurring nightmares, if you will. And it's always the same, but yet just different enough to terrify the holy hell out of me. And I had another one of those dreams last night. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rub my forehead, tilt my head back. You're going to hear the music, and then you're going to see videotape of my dream. Geez, I remember it as though it was just, oh my God, it was so lifelike.
And now, please welcome the host of the 67th Annual Academy Awards, Conan O'Brien.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Every morning I give David a call at work.
Hello?
Hello, David?
No, ma'am, I've told you. He doesn't work here anymore.
I'm sorry.
So how are our old friends over there at NBC treating you? Pretty good?
Everybody's fine.
Things are going well for you?
Great. Things are going well.
It's a big weekend for you and the network because they're covering the Super Bowl 30. Are
That's
you
right.
involved? I know they want everybody to be involved in that. If
They
can.
do, and
Yeah.
the show is, we're in our third season now, and it felt like time to promote my show
All right.
on the Super Bowl, Dave.
Well, how can you, they're just going to do some, we got to buy time?
Exactly. I don't know if you're aware, it's $1.2 to $1.3 million for 30 seconds of time on the Super Bowl.
Over $1 million for a half-minute commercial.
Yeah, but I felt like it's time, you know? We've been on for a while. It's time to go to the next level. So
You have that kind of dough?
I scraped up as much money as I could get together, Dave.
Yeah.
I don't know why these people are laughing. I find that offensive.
Well,
Tired of being laughed at, Dave. I'm tired of being everyone's joke, Dave. But laugh away, if you will. I scraped together all my funds, and I, Conan O'Brien, bought time to promote my show on the Super Bowl, and we actually...
Great deal of respect for you. We
Thank
have it
you.
here?
Yes, we do have
So
it here.
this is what people will see now.
This is what people will see, and I'd like
when
to
they
try it
watch
out
Super
here.
Bowl 30. Roll it, the Conan O'Brien commercial.
Here we go.
Me!
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pretty shrewd.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So when you go out in the world now...
I go out in the world...
What is the reaction? What are people...
It's interesting, you know, for a while there, it was outright hate, which I absorbed.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, I inspire hate in a lot of people, Dave. It's just a charm I have. No, for a while, the first year, people weren't sure. They're like, who does this guy think he is?
Sure.
They tune in at 12:30. It wasn't you, it was me. And it was a bad scene, man. If I can use that term. And then what happened is I'm finding now that people are more accepting, and I actually...
That's good.
But there are still humbling experiences.
Like what?
Well, I went to, recently we shot a remote, and I went to Cleveland to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we shot a remote there.
for the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went to shoot videotape for the show. We get there. Everybody in the world is at this thing.
Sure,
A lot
big
of
deal.
people. And they have a line to get in. And I'm going in there to shoot my remote, and people start signing autographs. Rock stars, people that are there, important people.
It's a frenzy.
It's a frenzy, and I'm standing near these people, and suddenly people start asking me for my autograph.
There you go. You're
and they
one
start
of
asking me
them.
for my autograph, and I'm like, what is this? Okay, fine, you know, and I feel good about myself. I start signing autographs and feeling good about myself, and I really thought I've arrived. We
Good for you.
we shoot the remote. It takes all day. It's the end of the day now. I'm leaving the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everyone's left. I'm walking through the littered streets. I look down at my feet. My autograph is lying in the gutter.
No.
True story. It's lying there. Best wishes, Conan O'Brien, in the gutter.
Oh!
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, people were there. It was part of the frenzy. And
Yeah.
someone was just like, hey, yeah, you. And I give it to him. The guy's like, huh? Ah.
No, this book is it's a bestseller, I believe, and it's
Yes.
no, is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I think it is.
I don't know. I have no
think
involvement
it probably
in
is
this
doing
thing,
very
Dave.
well, and it's called If They Made It. This is an idea you guys had for your show, and it's nearly self-explanatory. But let's just take a look at the cover and show folks what we're talking about.
This is where we use, yes, this is a book where we use advanced computer
There's Hillary
technology.
Clinton right there. Boy, it's time
Yeah.
for a manicure.
Exactly. We use advanced computer technology to find out what would happen if couples were to
Like
mate
Hillary,
and have
if
a
she
child.
mated with Newt Gingrich
Yes,
right there.
what might happen.
Yeah.
And then you get the result, which
We
is actually right there on the cover.
We show
And,
the progeny.
Yeah, and they're right there.
And you've done genetic research to suggest this is accurate.
Let me point out.
That's pretty much what the baby would look like.
Let me put out. Yeah, let me just say this right now, Dave. This is not a joke. This is not comedy,
No,
as
it's-
you people refer to it. This is science. It's good science. And again, I don't know why people
All
are
right,
laughing at this stuff.
we have a few loaded up. Why don't you take us through the drill
Okay,
here?
well, first of all, this is a couple. They're not actually going out, which is what most of the book is, but Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford. We decided what would happen. They're not getting it on, as the kids say.
They're
but
very
what would
good
happen,
looking, though.
Exactly. What would happen were they to have a child?
All
What
right.
might it look like?
Regis,
and then
Kathy.
you get...
I went to high school with her.
Yeah, I dated her. Yeah.
Every high school in the world has a woman who looks like that.
Yes. She's got a good soul.
Very nice. Spent a lot of time in home ec.
We looked at a couple that actually just had a baby. We wanted to see what the baby would look like. Of course, I'm talking about Roseanne and Ben Thomas, a very attractive couple.
Oh, that's right. Sure,
What's
they
this
did.
child going to look like someday? And we did some testing, and there you go.
Yeah.
And
now, do these people actually give you blood to do your genetic research?
This is all done. This is all done with blood and tissue samples.
Yeah, it's very, very in vogue
by
now.
people.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Well, this is a very good-looking couple, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Daryl Hannah. They were linked for a while.
There,
so this is going to be a very
about
attractive
pay dirt.
baby. Let's take a look at the future and see what's going to happen.
It's odd. It's odd that tricks nature.
Nature's cruel.
Yeah. You can't really predict it. It just apparently skips a generation or something.
Nature is often cruel, yeah. And finally, this is one that's not in the book, but it's a little bit of treat because I'm here. I did this for you.
For me?
This is for you, Dave. My gift to you. What would happen if you and Drew Barrymore were to get together and have a child? Let's see what would happen, and then you have.
Jeez. God.
And again, that's just good science, Dave. That's all we're doing.
What do you got there? What is that? I know, we got a joke left? Oh, we have a leftover joke? Really? We have a leftover joke? You mean I didn't do a joke? Well, we're out of time. We don't really have time for an extra joke. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. Give me the. Here, you just stay there. I know. No, you better come with me. Come to think of it. You better come with me. I got to get rid of this, and I got to put on my glasses. Put on my glasses. Right this way. Come on. Here we go.
People heard this, but Michael Jackson is back in the news. He announced today he's going to open a chain of theme parks. Yeah. Apparently he was disappointed when he found out that the...
Pardon me. Hi, Conan. I have a little something for you. Stay right
something for me?
Right there. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Tony,
very
come here.
nice.
Tony, come here. There, look at this. It's a joke I had left over. I thought I'd bring it right up. You like it? Try it. You like it? Here. Take it to the other guy. There you go.
All right. Well, folks, as you know, it's spring now, and I don't know, romance just seems to be in the air. Yeah, and in fact, this morning I was walking through Central Park, and a squirrel tried to mate with my hairpiece.
Congratulations being on the cover of TV Guide.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is
Yeah,
big time, Mr. Big Shot,
Yeah,
Mr.
isn't
TV.
that,
Look at this guy right here.
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
That's not my body, by the way. That's David Copperfield's body. They just put my head on it right there.
Sure, why not?
I was real happy, though, because that's actually a pretty cool cover, I thought.
Yeah,
I saw
think it
that
turned
and I
out
thought,
nicely.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What TV Guide does, Dave, is they have a policy of shooting many different covers, and then they pick which
is that
one.
right?
And I was really nervous because I wasn't that happy with some of the other options.
Yeah, well, this one came out great.
This one, I'm glad they chose that one because I actually brought the ones they were thinking of maybe going
really?
with.
Well, let's take a look.
I think they're here.
So they gave you got to take a look at the
Yeah, I think I got to move this mug maybe just so people can see.
Yeah.
But this was like the first one they thought maybe about doing, and I wasn't too happy there. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but look at that. I just wasn't too...
Yeah, the
Front of the baby a late night. That's just not good.
Very high concept.
No, I didn't like that one. And then there's this one. They're
Bob
trying
Hope
to be
props.
nice here, but
Yeah.
look at that. I just didn't go for this one. Flush with
No,
success right there.
I think that would be disturbing to your parents.
No.
Yeah.
That's a photo I actually had lying around. This one bothered me.
Yeah,
I had that. I just said, you want this one? And this one right here, I wasn't really happy with. Conan delivers the comedy.
Oh, no, you don't.
That one, well, wait, maybe I should have used that one.
People seem to be responding.
Maybe I should have gone with that. And
Everyone loves motherhood.
Yeah, and then this one, I'm really glad they didn't go with this one. I'm just glad that we avoided it. There it is, right there. Does TV suck or what? Cover. And I just thought...
No, I think no. That raises more questions than it answers.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
you did a nice job. And in a related story, next week, Bob Dole goes in for his annual autopsy. So that's... He's so old. Wait a minute. Did you people like that joke? You know what that's based on? It's a joke about Bob Dole being old. And you enjoyed the joke? That's great. I'll be right back. That's terrific. Excuse me. Yeah. There's fat, Academy Awards. Kennedy is drunk. Oh yes, Dole is old. Oh, yeah. Hey, Conan, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Say, you don't mind if I borrow a couple of Clinton is fat jokes, do you?
Clinton is fat? No, help yourself. I'm doing Dole is old.
Great. Good luck with that.
Good to see you. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, Conan. How are the holidays? You have a nice time?
Yeah, I did, actually. I got my parents what I thought was a really great gift.
Where do your folks live?
They live just outside Boston, Brookline, Massachusetts.
So you went home for the holidays, a nice family?
Went home for the
gathering?
holidays, and usually I'm one of those guys that goes to the mall at the last second and buys deodorant for everybody. And this time I got the deodorant way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So what I did was I was thinking ahead. My parents had their 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh, pretty good.
Thanks for acknowledging that with applause. And it's a cold group here.
It ain't like Wayne Newton's here.
Yeah, right. So my parents had their 40th wedding anniversary in August, and I was thinking ahead, and I knock it off. And what I did was I hired a photographer to come to the anniversary.
That's a great idea.
Take pictures, and I
Put
said,
together a family photo album.
nice, beautiful photo album, leather on the front, and it's very expensive. It's taking a while to put together, and it's just almost Christmas time. And this woman who's putting it together calls me up, and she says, Conan, what I like to do on front of the expensive photo album is I like to emboss a monogram in gold.
Perfect.
And what you traditionally do in these situations is you take the first initial of your mother's name, and then you do the first initial of the last name of the family in the middle, and then you end with your father's first initial.
Oh.
3 letters right there. And I said, fine, go ahead, do it. So the photo album shows up. It cost me a fortune. And my mother's first initial is R. She's Ruth.
Ruth, yeah.
First initial, the last name is O, O'Brien. My dad's first initial, his name's Thomas, is T.
T.
So I spent a fortune on this thing. Happy 40th anniversary, Mom and Dad. Rot! Just rot!
That's too bad.
My mom...
You think somebody would have caught that before they...
I wasn't thinking, and so my mom's crying, and I just have to go with it. Yeah, why don't you just rot there? My mom is funny. She comes from central Massachusetts. She grew up there in the 1930s, 1940s, and she has these just great expressions that no one uses anymore. If someone's a wise guy, she doesn't call them a wise guy, they're a little fresh. She'll say, you know something, Conan, that Dave Letterman, he's a bold stump.
A bold stump.
I don't know what, I have no idea where that comes from. He's a bold stump. If she's all confused and it ends and at odds with herself, and she says, I've got to say, I'm sorry, I'm a little Randy Boo.
Randy Boo.
Randy Boo. I don't know if people have heard that one. So my favorite one, though, is she has trouble talking about, intimate things, as many mothers do, and sexual things, and so, especially scandalous things. So she cannot just say that someone's having an affair.
Right.
She can't say that. So I'm home for the holidays, and I'm talking to her, and she says, I'm sorry, but she found out that a friend of hers we'll call him Steve. Steve Jonas. We'll call him that because that's his real name. We found out that Steve Jonas is having an affair. He's a neighbor of ours.
No.
No, he's not really a neighbor. He's a guy that just lives, but he's having an affair with somebody else in his office. And so my mother says, you know, I got to say, I'm all Randy Boo. I'm all Randy Boo. Because that bold stump, Steve Jonas, apparently, and she wanted to say he's having an affair with the secretary. She said, behind his wife's back is playing patty fingers.
Patty fingers. Patty fingers.
And so what I envision is, and my mom's telling me this story, I just envision someone going to like a Motel 6 with somebody, and they draw the shades, and they take the phone off the hook, and then they go, this is just great crime. Ain't right.
But when you are playing patty fingers, believe me, it takes a bold stump. Now, I understand, and I'm very flattered that you did this. You brought a clip for us, a film clip, and I didn't even know you were in a movie, so that's great. Congratulations.
I'm not in a movie, no.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, it's me. You know, God forbid I'd be in a movie, no. I'm not in a movie. I just know that these big 11:30 show like this, every time I watch, guy comes out here as the first guest, he shows
a clip
from his big movie.
That's right.
And I wanted to do that, so I'm not in this movie, but I thought that this would blow everybody away, so.
Wow. You brought a clip, but you're not in it. Pretty good. All right. You need to set up this clip you're not in?
This is going to blow people away, and this is going to put me on the map, my friend.
Okay, here we go. It's a clip. He ain't in it. Enjoy.
Once upon a time, Conan O'Brien was going on Dave's show, and he wanted to show a clip that would really impress everyone. So he decided to show the Star Wars trailer.
How are you?
Welcome back.
I think the longer we just sit here, the more uncomfortable it will make Jay.
You know Jay's watching right now.
You know, he's getting a live feed in a satellite truck right now. He is watching every second. Dave looks unhappy. He's gonna pack it in soon.
Yeah. Forgive me for making this all about me, but that's kind of what I do. I was delighted by everything that happened, except you losing your job.
I will tell you, and this is honest, the only consolation I took during that period was that you were happy. It was really.
It was really humanitarian.
I did. I felt this is a. Sometimes Dave seems a tad unhappy in his life, and if this is bringing you some measure of joy, then to hell with my career.
Yeah. No.
You know?
Let me explain myself. I knew you would be just fine.
Yeah, I can forage for food.
No, I don't think that was ever going to be a question.
I can catch animals and eat them. I knew I'd be all right. But you were happy.
I'm
happy for you that you were happy.
Let me illustrate this. I've known Jay a long, long time. We go back to the mid-'70s, back in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store. Jay was always the guy. The funniest guy, he was the guy. He was the guy you'd go to see. He was the guy you wished you could be more like. He was funny. He was also a bit of a brat. a bit of a brat. And so then, when this came along, I said to myself, oh, yes, this is the Jay I know. And I really, and I kind of, I refer to that period as the golden age of television, really.
The period when I lost the Tonight Show.
Yes.
That brief week and a half period for you is the golden age of broadcasting.
Yes, that's right. But it has nothing to do with you.
Then I'm.
What about your relationship with Jay? Because you knew Jay before he demanded that he get his show back.
I was assured none of this would come up tonight. I was told we would discuss our shared love of antiquing. Our many wonderful vacations together.
Yeah.
I was never informed that this would come up. But what is your question again? And you repeat it as many times as you like.
We can get you an office at Blimpie's.
Trust me.
But
I'm so insecure now in my talk show jobs that I'm always eyeing tables at restaurants.
You just.
I could go there. I could be happy.
But you had a relationship with Jay before the felony took place. What was the relationship like with Jay before this?
Occasional phone call and.
Did you feel a kinship, a camaraderie?
It's a busy world. I come from a large family. No, I would say up until this event, we didn't have that much in common.
Right.
We're quite different fellows, he and I. I don't know why I suddenly reverted to 19th century diction. But he and I are different, and so we didn't have a lot to talk about in common.
Right.
I don't own many automobiles that were made before 1904, primarily of brass and leather. And so I don't know what to.
Now we're going. Now we're getting someplace.
I don't know. There are very few ways, and I'm not saying this in a disparaging tone at all. There are very few ways in which he and I relate.
Right.
We're not interested in, I don't think, in the same things.
Right, but nonetheless, you had a bond via NBC and your two late-night shows.
Yes, he was my lead-in. He was the host of the Tonight Show. I was the host of the Late Night Show.
Right, and they put him on at 10 o'clock, and then that didn't work out. And it was, so then they said, Jay, are you busy? And he said, no, I'm just working on my cars. So he came back, and they said, "Well, go to."
You're not doing the head waggle.
Gives me an inner ear problem.